Hello, guys and girls. Facebook Live time with Chris, and we're going to talk about the benefits of interval training. Now, obviously, Chris is a bit of a master when it comes to this sort of thing, and so I'm going to get him on camera, and we are going to have a little chin wag with Mr. Miller. 2 seconds.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, mate. Did you survive the planes back from the Gold Coast?
Yeah. I eventually got home, so I was half an hour late, but good to go. So then I've just been had a busy morning, just sort of scheduling, trying to integrate a bit more technology into my day.
Jesus, we've been trying to do that as well. It's hard work. Look, mate, let's get cracking. And so we want to ask a few questions about interval training and what is interval training and why is it beneficial to add that sort of training into your regime?
Yeah, sure thing. Look, interval training is just one part of the overall picture of health and fitness, and specifically fitness training. It is a really effective way to get a large volume of work done, or an effective volume of work done in a short period of time. So unlike, say, long steady state or slow sort of aerobic work, which is going to take sort of 45 minutes, you can get sort of 15 to 5 to 15 minutes of work done. That's going to have some almost equal benefits. But I don't advocate that you do this as your sole system of training. I advocate a very broad approach. So yes, do interval training, 3 to 5 times a week, but also intersperse it with, aerobic training where you're going to get the benefits of some long, steady state, slow, aerobic work.
So you mean like walking?
Yeah, walking, running, jogging, whatever sort of suits you. 180 minus your age is a fantastic way to really pitch and train your aerobic conditioning. And that has a whole host of benefits for recovery, heart function, circulation, capillary development, mitochondrial biogenesis, etc. The benefits of high intensity work, they're slightly different. So what we're looking at with high intensity work is particularly the effects post-training, and that is something called body is trying to recover back to a homeostatic position. So we have a large spike in activity, and then your body really wants to get back to normality as quickly as possible. The higher that spike in your interval work, the longer it takes to get back through to there. Now, some people say that this lasts up to 36 to 70 hours. But over time, as you become more developed and more experienced in your conditioning and you become more advanced in training, that sort of post-exercise window will somewhat reduce. So, you have to, factor that into your approach to calories, your approach to nutrition, as well as your approach to recovery, etc.
Yeah, cool. So, look, and I'm sure you've seen this before, people doing their, high intensity HIIT classes and their RPM classes, the spin classes, pump classes where you're doing like hundreds and hundreds of reps at a time. And they're doing this every day, sometimes twice a day. They're eating like rabbit food all the time. This isn't a sensible thing to do, is it?
No, and that's, you're very right there in saying how that constant high intensity exercise is going to affect the way that they train the way that they then refuel. So constant high intensity exercise with no focus on recovery is going to elicit somewhat of a stress response on top of everything else in your life. Now that stress response is going to create a couple of things. One is, the craving of carbohydrates to fuel that stress response. And then the other one is called the compensation theory. So that is, you've expended this a massive amount of energy, and it's this evolutionary process whereby post expenditure of said massive amount of energy, your body just kind of wants to go lie down, recover, and seek to then exert as minimal effort as possible to conserve energy, to conserve life force, essentially. So
Yeah.
you have to monitor that. Great way I always say to people post high intensity is to spend, a little while doing some reduced breathing to really calm the nervous system back down, but also
Yeah.
spend 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. So almost the equal amount of time doing some steady state cardio just to really bring you back to an equilibrium state as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, the biggest takeaway of what I'm getting from that is make sure that you're monitoring what you're doing. So when you're doing
Yeah.
high intensity training, when you're doing, anything really, it's about monitoring and being aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have a little shout out to old Tim King here, and he's saying that he's still feeling the pain from the beach bear crawls on Sunday morning when we're
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Goldie.
We did
So
well. We had it
uh,
down on the ground. It changes
yeah,
everything.
that was. Yeah, for sure. So as far as now, just a little, I'll shut up in a second. But as far as recovery is concerned from high intensity stuff, now obviously, like we just said, bringing your heart rate down, doing some steady state stuff, and I guess making sure that with your nutrition, your protein levels are up, and you got those good fats in your diet, right?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, like post-training is when you have that increased protein synthesis rate, and it can be,
Yeah.
double or more of what you would normally be able to utilize. So post-training is certainly when you would have that increased serve of protein.
Hmm.
So you can refuel with some carbohydrates. You just kind of want to avoid your simple sugar and processed carbohydrates. You want to get your fiber in, and have some of your essential fatty acids. Mixed nuts, fish, vegetables, and all that sort of stuff. That'll really seek to improve your recovery.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say hello. Just thank you for watching. So, Chucky, Jake, Jason, Tim, Carlos, Deirdre, and Elle, Tori, Jess. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching, guys. I hope you got some good things out of this. And what I'm doing is I'm uploading. You'll be happy about this, Chris. I'm downloading and
Great.
uploading all these videos, and I'm putting them on a YouTube channel. So I'll share that, and I'll get you the raw copies. All right, mate?
Fantastic. Look forward to seeing that. And thanks everyone again.
All good. All
Thank
right. See you later,
you.
man. See ya.